marriage was consummated. Many of those signals, I said 9.9. You see, let me tell you something. I have a rule of thumb. It's not scientific. It's not, I just, shall I say, formulated it myself out of my experiences in marriage counseling, sharing with people, and all of that. I have a rule of thumb. So for those who are not yet married, and I'm having a counseling session with them, and they come to me, I have a rule of thumb. And what I say is this: if you look at your partner, and if you notice something you don't like in your partner, multiply that thing that you don't like by 10. And say, in case when we get married, let's say this thing that I don't like is multiplied by 10. Will I still love him or her? Will I still stay with him? Now, observe what you like about that partner of yours. And I'm talking about what you like, divide it by 10. And say, in case this thing is reduced by 10, divided by 10, will I still say, I'm going to go with this person? Because I'm sorry to say, yeah, we're Christians, we pray that good things happen and all of that. You discover that a man that tells you, I love you 5 times a day in courtship, and then and then you get married, may likely reduce it to 1 time in 1 week. So if you liked the 5 times a day of I love you when you are courting, or 10 times a day of I love you romantic chats when you are courting, imagine if those romantic chats don't come, or come just once, just once in 1 week. Will you still be okay? If not, do something about it before then. Don't just keep quiet. So, like I said, it's not scientific. It's just I just came to that point. It's not scientific. It's not based, but just based on my. But what I'm trying to say is that these are signals. There are signals in relationships. But what happens? These signals, most times these signals are overlooked or excused away. You find a partner who has temper tantrums, issues of anger. And one of the things I noticed about, especially if you have friends or you have families, they may likely observe these things and draw your attention. Hey, this guy that you're talking about, he appears to be someone who loses his cool so easily. So, no, don't worry. Oh, I know Kunle is just because I was the one that made him angry. You are excusing it. Somebody who is detached, who is objective, is already observing. And then maybe one time he just slapped you. Hey, in courtship, he's already slapping you. And then he, of course, actually what I've observed is by the time men of violence, by the time they are violent, many of them will apologize and swear it will never happen again. Oh, it will never happen. I don't know what came over me. Some will say, it's your fault. You should have made me angry. And then the woman too will run with that and say, oh, I was the one that made him angry in courtship. So if he mistakenly, in quote, slapped you in courtship, danger signal. Don't complain and you let it go. Don't complain in marriage when belts and what they call koboko is brought out. All right? We are talking about danger signals. They come at them. You can see them. God is not unfair. He's not unjust. These things are there. Don't excuse them away. Deal with them. All right? Deal with them. They are danger signals. I'm just trying to. But before we go further or more deeply into danger signals, let's talk about couples. Let's talk about Why do we even have to be couples? Why do we even have to come together? Why can't we live our lives ourselves? And there are those who live their lives and they're okay. Why do we have to? What's the essence of coming together? What's the essence of becoming a couple? And let me you will know these scriptures, but let me draw your attention to certain things about it. When God created Adam, he said it was good. All that he created was good. Oh, okay. Maybe let me read it for you. That would be Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. Let's read verse. Okay? Verse 27 says, and so God created man in his own image. In his image, he created him. Man and female, he created them. God blessed them. Okay? Now, John 2:31 says, God saw that all he had made, and it was very good. He saw all that he had made, and he concluded that it was very good. Now, when you go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. So, in Genesis chapter 1, when God created man, he blessed him. Be fruitful, multiply, and so on and so forth. Now, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, God observed when God placed man in the Garden of Eden, the assignment was to begin. Let me read verse 17. Or rather, verse 15. The Lord took man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Assignment. So at this point, God gave him assignment. Now, this is where the crux of the matter comes from. At verse 8, the Lord put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. The assignment of Adam was to work the garden and to take care of it.